Well, hello, hello, hello. It looks like Nora, it may just be you and me this week. You say, hi, everyone. We're the only ones here. But that's okay. I didn't send out my notice until just a few minutes ago. So people are probably not even realizing that I'm on live still. But oh my, what a week it has been. This week I did a little departure. Um, hey Nora, I did hold on just a second. I'm going to see about maybe sending out a notice to let people know that I am on live. But oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so there's a couple people in the house. People are coming in. People are coming in. I'm looking to see if I can share it, but I don't see how I can. I don't know how to share this. You guys know I don't know how to do these things. Oh, let's see. Can I share it? Okay. All right. Well, it looks like I can. Well, hey, Van City Adventure. Hello, hello. Hey, my peeps are coming in. Hey, Amy, my sister in love, Debbie Johnson. Oh, my goodness. Vaughn's on a roll. Vaughn's on a roll. I'm going to try and remember to call you today if you're going to be around. I want to talk to you about your channel. I've been meaning to, just been so busy. So busy. And Amy and my doggy bodies, beautiful little life S. Okay, all right. Well, we're doing fine, Amy. Call me V says hello, beautiful people. I know there's some beautiful people in the house, aren't there? And Judy, hey Judy, is babysitting her little grandbaby who's growing like a weed. Oh my goodness. From hot, muggy Southern California. It has been really overcast here lately. I don't know what's happened. It's been muggy, overcast. I'm looking for some, I guess as soon as it gets really hot, I'll be saying, okay, give me back the muggy weather. But I'm looking for some nice Southern California weather. Hey, Susan Hopkins from Florida. What's it like in Florida right now, Susan? Um,
Okay,
uh
I
oh,
found this on the web for Hey Susan Hopkins from
uh
Florida.
oh.
What's it like in Florida right now?
Okay, I don't know what what that was. Oh my goodness. Call me V says congrats. Thank you. I got distracted there, so I may have missed a couple of you folks. If I did, let me know. Come back around. Hey, Lori, keeping up with Colorado. Oh my, I did something this week that's a little different. I usually just do tours, I talk to people, I share stuff, but there were just some things that were going on that I felt compelled to talk about. And I did a video this morning, and I tell you, I have got some blowback and some feedback from that. But you know what? Sometimes you have to address controversial things because I think this ultimately will impact all of us what's happening at the border. I'm not a political channel. I'm not going to become a political channel. I'm not here to, laud one party or the other. I'm just here taking up for and hopefully defending seniors, veterans, um, folks who live van life, who are homeless, the homeless, people who need someone to speak up for them. And I don't want to really be an advocate. I'll be honest. I'm 70 years old. I want to just kick back and relax, but I just can't let certain things go by without addressing them, especially if it seems like it's unfair to certain people. But I have some green tea, Arizona green tea, so I'm going to take a little swig here. Excuse me for that, but my throat was a little parched. So let me see who else is in the house here. Oh, call me V is saying hello to Daryl. Well, hello, Daryl. Oh, baby boomer Betty. I like that name. I like that name. Oh my goodness. Hey, Lily. I am going to be seeing you. I haven't signed up yet for the meetup in Hemet, but I am going to be seeing you there. Um, CW Style 3, hello, hello. Like your hat. You know what? This is a new hat. I got it maybe a week or so ago. So, I'm like a kid with a toy. My hats are like my toys. So, you're going to see me in this hat for the next 2 weeks all the time, and then I'll go on to something else. But you know how kids are with toys. You are fascinated with them when you first get them. But I do like this hat because it goes with a lot of colors that I have. But thank you. I appreciate that, CW Style 3. Um uh oh, Rose. Now, Rose, I don't know if I'm going to try this on your name. Rose Dezindalet Faith. Oh, I probably butchered that. But hey, Rose, welcome in the house. And it looks, I don't remember seeing you in here, Rose, before. So you may be a newbie in here. Adele says, hi, all. We've had a lot of May Gray the last few mornings. We have had a lot of May Gray. And I was looking at this, I was thinking the other day, if this is what it's like in Seattle, they said Seattle rains so much of the time and is overcast. I can see why, people would be kind of depressed. I'm not depressed, a few days of this, but if I had months and months and months of this, I think it would affect my mental health. Let me put it like that. Uh Call me V says Alexa loves to participate too. I know. I don't know. I don't even know. I have got a MacBook. Is there Alexa on this? I don't know. But yeah, I just said, what did I say about uh someone, and it just started looking for them in Florida. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. Hey, hey, SKA Punk. Oh, how's it going? You from Alternative Living, Life on Your Terms. That's right, Life on Your Terms. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm looking to see anyone. Rose says standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. Thank you. You know, I come from a military family. My father was served in World War II. He served Korea, and he was in Vietnam. So, and I have a brother who was special forces. So, I really, really have a affinity and a heart for veterans. So when I see things craziness going on with the VA, our veterans that are homeless and stuff happening, it just really it really impacts me. And a lot of people don't realize it. When someone's in the military and they're stationed away, it's almost like the children have been um, unwittingly or unwillingly. Uh-oh, looks like I'm frozen here. What's happening? Oh my goodness. Oh, looked like I froze there for a minute. I don't know what happened. But what I was saying is when children have a parent who is in the military and is stationed away, and my dad was stationed away most of the time because my mom chose to keep us stable in one home, in one house, in one neighborhood for all of um our childhood. And it's like the children are un are without volunteering, have become part of the military because you are making truly children make sacrifices. When you grow up for most of your childhood without one of your parents, that's a tremendous sacrifice. So I remember those days, and I remember what it was like, and I remember, how difficult it was financially. And because back in those days, they didn't pay military people squat. So it was always difficult. So when I see the sacrifices that, and the parent made the sacrifice of being away from their child or their children, it just really gets to me. And then of course seniors, I grew up with older parents who were older when I was born. And of course, their friends were older. So I was always around a lot of seniors. And now I'm a senior myself. So I have a real affinity. And like I said in the video that I posted this morning, I have a double dose of compassion for veterans and seniors. So, but anyhow, hey there, Fangirl Cheryl says hello, hello. Wanda Hutchins says, especially our veterans that have served our country, they need to be put first. When you go out, and many of these individuals have put their lives at risk, put their lives at stake, and the ones that didn't, who were in combat, saw such atrocities. I don't know that they'll ever get over them. I know my dad, He didn't talk very much, but he said, "Once you've been in a foxhole," and he didn't say hardly anything else, but I know sometimes he had nightmares at night, and this was many years after he had been in the military. So, they go through a lot, and to then not honor them and not even provide housing, that's just wrong, just wrong. SKA Punk says, "Hope there's no liquor in that." No, there's not. Hope you have you arrested for drunk videos. Now that would be something. If there was liquor in here, it would not take very much because I am a cheap drunk. I'd say 2 glasses of wine. So if I go out to dinner, I'll have maybe 1 glass of wine and it'll last through the entire dinner. I'll just take a tiny little sip, but no SKA, no alcohol in here. But these are going to be some of my last Arizona teas, at least the real ones, not the diet ones. I don't know if I should even announce this. I am going to go on a keto plan. I've got to get some of this weight off, especially since, as I told you, I think I shared with you all last week, I bought a what do you call it? A board. I can't even remember the name of it right now. But I am going to be out windsurfing this summer, hopefully, me and Jessica. And I really need to get in shape. So I'm planning to start working out at the gym on Monday, starting keto. Oh, but and I am a carb person. A lot of people, like different things. I like pastries. I love different breads. I love bagels. So all the thing baked potatoes, oh my goodness, loaded baked potatoes. So all the things that I like, I'm going to be so I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of how I can rephrase my mind. I'm not giving them up. I'm putting them to the side to introduce just a little at a time. I don't know. You tell me because I can't think of a good way to rephrase it or reframe it. Hey, Susan Hopkins says you do a wonderful job advocating for those that need it. Thank you, Susan. I just try. I try. Call me V says I love hats as well. I know. Don't you love hats? There's just something about wearing a hat. Lisa says, "Yeah, that's great." Everyone is saying hello to everyone. Rose says 100% correct. Susan says, "I have a huge collection of hats myself. They're great for all seasons." They are. I love, love, love. I was somewhere the other day and I had thrown on this cap and got up in the morning. I hadn't even combed my hair, threw on this cap, and I went all day and forgot I hadn't combed my hair. So I had to go to this meeting that night, and then they were like, "Oh, you're wearing your cap." I said, "Yeah, my hair is a wreck." And they said, "Oh, is that why you always wear caps?" I said, "Well, my hair is not always a wreck, but it is today, and I don't have my brush with me, so I'm keeping my cap on for this meeting." Oh my goodness. When you get old, you do certain things, but I'm taking advantage of, I'm calling it my senior privilege. Everyone's talking about privilege. Well, I've got senior privilege to be grouchy from time to time, to be, what do you think some senior privileges should be, guys? What are some things that as seniors we should have as a privilege? Maybe, well, definitely, I think being able to sit down on a bus. We were somewhere in San Francisco. There's all a big sign says release your seat to seniors and disabled. And all of these 20-some-year-olds were sitting in those seats that were reserved for seniors. So of course, I had to say something. I didn't say something directly to them. I said something to the person with me, and one person got hurried up and got up. But what happened? I know I'm scattering, I'm jumping all over the place, but what happened to people being respectful of seniors and honoring seniors? I was looking forward to getting old because I thought, hey, I'm going to be treated like a queen, but that's not the case. I mean, there are a few people who are still around, but generally that's not the case. Um, let's see. Hey, Rick's Gypsy says, hello from Southern Illinois, watching you from the middle of my field. Oh my goodness. the middle of your field. Now, are you off grid? Do you have a homestead? Uh, and is Southern Illinois, is that anywhere near Evansville in Illinois? Um, Call Me V says, rain here for 2 days. It's not what we want, but needed. Yeah, I think we almost, except for the areas that were really flooded, we all need some rain. Cozy Living Machine says, your hat is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Miriam, Miriam, I don't know if I can say your right name right, but Kivlahan says, hi from Ireland. Oh my goodness. Love your channel. I just turned 60 and am currently working out a simple adaptation plan for car camping. Oh my goodness, in my saloon car. Now, what is a saloon car, Miriam? I never heard of a saloon car. I've gotten all kind of inspiration from your videos. How cool is that? Thank you, Miriam. Would you like to come on and tell us a little bit, what is camping like in Ireland and in your, I know here it can be very hostile in cities. Miriam, I'm going to drop a link, and if you want to come on and tell us a little bit about, well, I'm going to try and drop a link. You guys know how I am on these dropping these links. But if you want to come on and tell us a little bit about how things go in Ireland, because I don't think, has anyone over here ever camped in Europe or in Ireland in particular? So I think I got a link there. I'm way behind in my comments, so I can't see, Miriam, but I think I have a link. And if I do, if you hit that link, it'll bring you over to what's called the basement, and then I can bring you up, and maybe you can share if you're willing. If not, it's okay. Don't no pressure, because I know this is unexpected. But I have an announcement I'm going to make too. It's about someone else. I don't know. Maybe I should call her, or maybe I should text her while I'm talking to you guys and see if it's okay for me to share this news. She might want to be the one who shares it herself, but I'm going to reach over and see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Um okay, I'm going to see about that, if I can get permission, because there's something really really cool that's going to happen, and I want to tell you, but I don't want to burst her bubble. Hey, Jeff Snyder says your video earlier was spot on. Thank you, Jeff. I knew when I posted that video that I was going to get some blowback, but you know what, you have to have courage, don't you? I mean, you can't always live in fear of not being able to say what's on your mind because what someone else may say. So, and I know the content of my character. Someone based on the video that I aired this morning, someone was all really upset and said, they thought I was a kind person, but after the video, they're not going to be one of my viewers anymore. And ultimately, like I told them, I know the content of my heart. I know who I am. And at my age, I'm okay with whatever someone else wants to think. Even if it's erroneous, that's not my problem. I just, I've reached a point. It took a long time, and I think it takes a lot of us a long time to be okay with other people not liking us or not approving of us. But I don't need everyone's approval. I just need God's approval. Hopefully the people that I love in my family, the people who really care about me, I would like their approval, but even that I don't really need, as long as I know what I'm doing is right. And it's taken a long time to get to that point. It's, oh my goodness. Let's see. Face blue, smiling blue. That's SKA. Carlene Griffith says, hi, everyone. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Carlene. I always forget to say that, but yes, if you would hit those thumbs up, let's see if we can't get at least 100 thumbs up before the end of this live. I need to do a video on just my hats. You know what, Carlene? I might just do that one of these days, although it would be a long video. uh, um, Lily is talking about, I don't know how it wouldn't affect, yeah, mental health, all that rain. That's right. Uh, Judy says that meetup you are planning on going, it's going to be hot down there. I know Hemet is very hot. Very, very, very hot, especially in the summer. Oh my goodness. Uh, yeah, Lisa says, yep, but no doubt, but going to be fun. Adele says, Miriam, do you follow Philly and Keeley YouTube? They have a van in Ireland. Oh, I didn't know Philly and Keeley YouTube. I'll have to watch that. Oh my goodness. Uh SK says it takes a year for a woman homeless to find a place. Yeah, it can take a very, very long time. Um hey Annie and Spence, hello, hello. Um SKA Punk says that lady that is homeless should have get a place right away. Yeah, she should, but it's not happening. Not a year later, but then illegal aliens come and get a place right away. That's not fair, all fair. Well, yeah, I have to say that I my video today addressed that, and I don't think that I am like put people in categories of value. That's not what I'm doing, and that's what one person today inferred, that I was placing a hierarchy of value on people, and I'm not. I'm not saying that people have more value if they're Americans than if they're not. What I'm saying is if I went to Great Britain, I would expect that British citizens would have certain privileges that I don't have because they're British citizens, they're paying into the system. If I went to France, I would expect that there would be certain, if I had certain needs and a French person, a French citizen had those needs, I would expect that in France, that French citizen would get priority. I don't think that's putting more value on one person than another. I think that's saying that it's fair if I've paid into a system, if I've been part of a system, if I paid my dues, especially as a senior and a veteran, that I should get preferential treatment to someone who's never paid into the system and who has not been here. I just, that's not about putting a value on one human over another. It's about addressing fairness. But anyhow, you have to go watch the video. Let me know, you guys. If you will, share it out with 4 or 5 people. I'd love if you would do that. But let me know what you think. And if you think I'm off base, if you think I am, I'm a big girl. I can take it, but I would be interested in knowing why you think I'm off base. And if you agree, I would be interested in that. I just don't, I just like, I had to do a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that I posted today, because I know in any video like that, it's kind of like waving red meat in front of someone who really wants to go off. And I had to do a warning that any hate-filled comments I would delete. So, in fact, I there was a comment the other day. It was off the wall, and I read it, and I was like, oh, and I was getting ready to really, and I thought, you know what? Why am I doing this? I have the power of the button. I just delete it and block them and be done. So, yeah. So I'm maturing on YouTube, believe it or not. Let's see. Judy says meetups are always fun. I know, aren't they? And Nora says, please go easy on the comments. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That goes both ways with people commenting on me responding too, Nora. Oh, uh, hello, every birdie. Hello, hello, Elsa. Oh my goodness. Uh, SK said there's a lot of veterans who are on the street right now. Lots of them live under a bridge in California. Yes, yes. They're people who have fought for our country. And that is, you again, my affinity towards veterans. So yeah, that is very disturbing to me. Debo is saying hello from Tampa. Hello. Um, Baby boomer Betty, I'm an Air Force Viet veteran. Wow. Well, I salute you, Betty. I absolutely salute you and thank you for your service. What was it like being I'm assuming that your name is Betty, that you're a lady and that you were in Vietnam. What capacity were you in there, over there? I know back then they had a lot of restrictions on what women could do Were you in the regular forces? Were you a nurse? What was your function? And what was it like being a woman in Vietnam? That would be very interesting to hear. Because I actually have never personally met a woman, female, or a female Vietnam veteran. I've met many, many, many males, but I've never met a woman Vietnam veteran. You're the very first one, Betty. Wanda says, be careful of keto plan. I heard good and bad about it. One thing is it can affect your kidneys. I don't know how though. Yeah, I think what they say is for the uric acid. So one thing you're supposed to do, it's kind of like that old Stillman diet. Um, Drink lots and lots and lots of water to flush your kidneys. So yeah, that's a very good point, Wanda. Thank you for bringing that up. I hadn't really been thinking about that, but that's an excellent point. Thank you. RV Grandma Charlotte says, hey, Seattle really ranks 32nd in the country for rainfall. Oh my goodness. Being between two mountain range, an inversion happens, which can keep it socked in for a day of drizzle. So if Seattle is 32nd in the country for rainfall, I wonder what the top 10 cities are for rainfall. That's interesting. I wonder what they are. Adele says, good. I bet, you know what? I bet it's in Hawaii. I bet the most rainfall is in Hawaii. But the thing about Hawaii and rainfall in Hawaii, it'll rain for 5 minutes and it'll be sunny and then it'll stop raining. A couple hours later, you'll be out there and it'll start raining. But it doesn't really often get overcast, at least sometimes in the year, other than hurricane season. And then it will, but so yeah, Hawaii is very, very, especially Kauai, very lush, very green, but it doesn't get overcast for hours and days at a time. But I bet someone might want to look it up. I bet Hawaii has the most rainfall in anywhere in the United States. Um, Adele says, good for you, Carol. My friend in Denver does keto and has been successful at losing weight. Oh, now how long has your friend been doing keto, Adele? And are they on any particular program from any particular book or anything? Wanda says, Baby Boomer Betty, thank you for your service. Yes, again, thank you so much, Baby Boomer Betty, for your service. Anne Marie G says, my dad was Army, 3 tours to Europe. We moved with him. He was in Vietnam. He did not talk about it. Anyone who goes to war for this country should never end up homeless. Abso-frigging-lutely, Anne Marie. I agree. I absolutely agree. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Everyone's saying hello to Grandma Charlotte. Let's see, anything else? Baby Boomer Betty is thanking one. Catherine says, you are so real. I love you. Thank you, Catherine. You know what? I just work on just being myself. And I'll tell you what I told someone else recently. I said, you know what? I don't see how people put up these false facades. It would be so hard and so much work. It's like, who am I over here? Oh, I'm over here now. Who am I supposed to be here? Who am I supposed to be? It's like, holy moly. Just be the same person all the time. It's so much easier. I couldn't do it. It would be too stressful. I just have to be me. And I figure there's enough people in my circle who accepts me for who I am that I'm good. I'm good, you know. But Martina one says, since I'm having some hip pain, I can't exercise like before. I eat smaller portions and that way I don't feel denied. At 71, it's hard to lose if you can't do that much. It is. It really is. I have a friend who, was all gun ho about losing weight and they went to the gym and they were working out. They overdid it, ended up injuring their back, and now they're in horrible, or they were in horrible shape. They passed on, but in horrible shape. So I think moderation is the key in anything, including keto, including exercising. So I'm going to work on moderation, but my goal is to get up to the point where I don't mind being photographed in my swimming suit on my paddleboard. I know that's kind of vain, isn't it? But hey, it is what it is. What can I say? I don't want to be on my paddleboard looking like, oh, I won't even say. But anyhow, um, Vaughn's on a roll says, I've eaten myself into a carb coma many times. I know. I just love the pastries over at Panera. But thank goodness, I shouldn't say thank goodness, but thank goodness they're so expensive that I'm too cheap to buy them most of the time. So maybe once a month, if that often, I might allow myself a treat at Panera. You know, I'm gonna suggest to them that they have half off. Well, probably I shouldn't suggest this. I was gonna say have half off the last hour before they close, because a lot of times they have a lot of pastry left in there. So half off the last hour, I bet they would sell a lot. Let's see. Judy says, Carol has never shown you all her hair is halfway down my back. My hair is long. It is. I've been thinking of trimming it or cutting it, actually. I keep it balled up in a little knot. I'm like, why not just cut it? I don't know. I have to think about it. Uh, Lily says, them two have tons like my mama. I'm missing that one. That one over my head, Lily. Uh-oh. Keeping with oh unspecified V. Hey, says love my senior deals. I know, I know. I get senior coffee at McDonald's. There's one that has it for only 89 cents and another it's like $1.29. So I only go to the 89-cent one, but usually I go to Panera because I have this thing that goes for like $10. You get all the drinks you want. You can go and get a drink, go back another hour. I go to different ones, but I have gained some weight since I've been doing the Panera because I get 4 or 5 drinks a day because I'm so cheap. I want to get my money's worth. So I figured last month, I probably got about $350 worth of drinks for my $10, but it wasn't worth it because now I'm gaining weight. So so if I go on this, I may have to cut off my Panera membership. When I walk in to 2 of them, they just pick up the cup and hand it to me. they already know. Oh my goodness. Oh my words. Uh Wanda says, has anyone heard of New York that sometime this year will be start limiting how much meat you can buy? What? I saw it on another channel. You know what? I haven't heard that, Wanda, but I'm going to check that out. Although I'm not surprised because I do believe we are coming upon a time where there's going to be some restrictions and limitations on a lot of things. And I am going to do a video on something. Um, Here's the thing. I did a video the other day on something. What was it I did a video on? And someone says, what was it? I can't remember. But someone did a comment, oh, you're just doing it to scare people and to get views. And now this time I did respond. I have to admit, I didn't take the high ground. I said, first of all, if you haven't noticed, I have 68,000 subscribers, so I don't need to do clickbait to get views. And I only do videos that I believe provide useful information. I'm not into fear mongering. I'm not into trying to get people riled up. I'm into talking about subjects that I think may impact people's lives. And Wanda, that could be a subject that would. I have to check that channel out and try and find out what channel that is. But I believe, I think that, oh boy, here we go. I'm frozen again. Frozen for a second there. But I'm really at a point that I think we all need to seriously be considering doing some prepping. And I don't mean just prepping of food. I mean even prepping of maybe different things like air filters for your car, or different things that some of these supplies may be difficult to get. And I wouldn't be surprised, one, if we did eventually get to the point where we had some rationing. I don't even like to think about that. It's so scary, because for that to happen, things would really have to have taken a downward spiral. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did face that in our lifetimes, even in my lifetime at 70. In my lifetime, I think it could be um, a serious problem. Nora says, I bet she's got gorgeous hair. I don't know about that, but it's long and I need to get it styled. That's what I do need to. Hey, Tim from Mobang from the house. One of my other moderators is in the house. Hello, Tim. Hello. Um, Marta one says, too many have no respect for us old people. Marta, that is the truth. That is so, so true. Although the other day I was at Costco and my paddleboard is really heavy and it's in this big old box. And, I'm letting Jessica, we're trying to get this in the back of the van. And this guy comes racing over from, I don't know where he was racing over and runs in and grabs it and lifts it up and puts it in there. And I was like, well, thank you. I said, chivalry is not dead. And he broke into the biggest smile and he walked back over to his car. But he saw us struggling and he didn't call over and say, hey, do you need help? Or, hoping you would say no. He raced over there, grabbed it and put it up for us. So there are still some, Marta, who have respect, but, you know, it's a dwindling number, I have to say, unfortunately. Hey, Miriam, elderly privilege should include. Well, what do you think, Miriam? What do you think elderly privileges should include? Let me know. What do you guys think? Okay, my seniors that are on here, and even if you're not a senior, if you have an opinion on this, what do you think elderly privilege should include? I think it should include, if there's a really, really long line and you're kind of on a cane and have a hard time standing up, I think they should let you go to the front of the line. Oh my, did I say that? But I think so. I do think so. But there might be a riot in the line, especially if it's on a Black Friday. Oh, could you imagine? Can you imagine let someone cutting the line on a Black Friday? The whole place would the whole place would go bonkers. But I think that's something that should be. Anyone else have any other views on that? Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hello to Tim and unspecified V. I am so behind on these comments. Oh my goodness. Rose says, able to speak our minds. I like that. Able to speak our minds. That's right. We can, it's, what? I think it's kind of like when, how little kids just say whatever they think. They just, they'll say, I remember this, and this wasn't a little kid, but he was kind of a special kid. And we were going to our place that we go to swim, and he and his parents had come with me and Jessica, and there's a slide. And, I was going to go down the slide, and he looks at me and he goes, do you think they'll let you go down the slide? Now, I was trying to think, and then because he thought that maybe I would break the slide. I thought, oh, he's being so sweet. He thinks, maybe I'm a little old. No, he thought, but that's right. Old people and kids, we should be able to speak our minds, as long as it's not cruel, but speak our minds without having any repercussions. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, Rose. Oh, there's the link that I dropped, Miriam, if you want to come up. But I think Miriam may not want to come up, but that's fine. But I am curious about what a saloon car is and what it is like to motor car, or I guess it's not motor car, but they call it the camping in Europe. Are the restrictions on parking as harsh as they are here? I mean, you can't park on the streets in most of the places in San Diego if you're an oversized vehicle, or you can't park from 10 o'clock at night to until 6 in the morning, all kinds of things designed to make it difficult for you to stay in the city overnight in an RV. I think it's just shameful, shameful. Lisa says, senior privilege. Man, I'll tell not what it used to be. Those young and some definitely better catch your, they tell you to get respect in a minute. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Unspecified V says, I love it when someone says, you look too young. Yeah, that is encouraging. Uh Judy says, thank you, Arcuda. That's Nora. You're on it. Lisa P says, hit the like button, you all. Thank you, Lisa. Hit that like button. Hit that. Let's get 100 likes in the house. Rick's Gypsy says, I have well and septic. Oh, my nearest neighbor is 3/4 miles away. I do have electricity. I'm almost to the Kentucky border. So are you anywhere near Owensboro, Kentucky? Uh, huh. So you have your nearest neighbor is 3/4 mile away. How do you like that? Um, I'm always curious. If you live in a rural area, are people neighborly? I mean, do you get to know your neighbors if they're like 3/4 a mile away? Or do you know who lives down the road? Do you know who's down here? I know where Donald lives, my brother. He's kind of he's in a city, but it's surrounded by rural areas. And, everyone know, oh, that's old man John's place. Oh, that's, Miss So and so's place. Everyone kind of knows who everyone is around there. Is it kind of like that where you are, Rick's Gypsy? Do you know your neighbors? And if something happened, would they come over to help you? Or are you kind of isolated being so far away from your neighbors? Rose says it's been chilly here in Missouri all day. Oh my. Who? Lisa says, hey, Mo Bang, long time to see. Hope all is well. Well, I saw you the other day. Weren't you, or where did I see you? Or someone was talking about you were over at a meetup, weren't you? Uh, Tim, Tim must go to 50 meetups a year. Every time there's a meetup, a van life meetup, Tim is there. If it's in New York, if it's in Missouri, if it's in Arizona, Tim is there. Oh my goodness. Elsa says, Lori is such a beautiful bird nectar consumer. Okay. Lori is such a beautiful bird nectar consumer. Okay. Um, Nora says, you mean the timeout? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Nora, the timeout. Wanda Hutchins asking Tim, I saw your interview with Dee. Oh, that's where you were. Okay. I'm worried we are headed in the direction you described about how you lived in Nam. Now, what was that? Tim, do you want to come up and talk about that? Because I missed that. What direction is that, Wanda? I'm concerned about the direction we're going in this country, but I don't know what direction it is. I mean, it's a little bit frightening. I actually think I'm going to, oh, I know what I wanted to tell you guys. And I'm going to do a little bit of research on this because Tuesdays and or Thursdays, sometimes both days, sometimes only one day, I'm going to do a Tuesday or a Thursday talk and bring up what I think are some relevant topics going on in the country that will affect nomads and everyone else too. And I am going to do a thing on apparently this happened to me once years and years ago, and I was really ticked off because the bank, I hadn't used this credit card in a while, and I had all kinds of frequent flyer miles on it, but I had decided, I need to stop charging, getting into debt, so I hadn't used it in quite a while. They terminated my credit card because I hadn't used it. They cut it off. But what I hear they're doing now, and this has apparently, from what people are saying, no rhyme or reason, they are slashing people's credit limits. Now, has anyone on here had that happen to you recently? Because I've been hearing people talking about it online, how banks, maybe they have a $10,000 credit limit, and then the next day the bank will have slashed and they'll have a $500 credit limit. And it's not that they've been behind in their bills, not that they're not using their account. It's just they can't figure out why, but it appears to be. And it's also happening in Europe. In fact, Miriam, have you heard about that happening in Europe where banks are slashing credit limits? Oh my goodness. Oh, here's Miriam. In fact, here's Miriam. Um, you pronounce my name 100% perfectly. Oh my goodness. Oh, how about that? A saloon car is like a regular car rather than an SUV. And camping in the northwest of Ireland is very wet. Oh, okay. So it's a regular car. Ah, I'd never heard it called that. Thank you, Miriam, for sharing that. All right. Hey, Valoria Valentina. I hope I got your name right, Valoria. Thanks a lot. Mo Bang says, Wanda Hutchinson, unfortunately, it seems like that way. Tim, I'm going to drop a link. You know how I am about links, but hopefully I'm getting the hang of it. So I'm able to do this lately. And hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. It's coming up. But would you be interested in coming up, Tim, and describing what you think, what it was like in Vietnam before you left, and what you think we're heading that way? What do you mean when you say that? I miss um that interview. So could you, share that? Uh, let's see. Unspecified V says, Amen, Glow. Bella's Van Life. Hey, Bella's Van Life, new subscriber. Well, welcome, Bella. Welcome. Love your channel and your message. I'm almost 62 and got my first little van. Congratulations, Bella. I agree with your other videos as well. Take care of home first. No one should be homeless in America. No one should be. No one should be, especially a veteran or children or a senior. Absolutely. Um, Call Me V says, Amen to that, Carol. Only truth and God's approval. Yep, that's, you have to get to that point, I think. Otherwise, how you feel about yourself is dependent upon how other people feel about you or approve of you. And if you are dependent on other people's opinions to feel good about yourself, that's a very precarious position to be in. Very dangerous for your mental health, I think. And I think no, I'm not going to go there. Oops, I dropped my phone here. Sorry, folks. Let me get my phone. I meant to text this person to see if I think they're at work now. Hold on just 1 second. Let me see if I can't text them. I wanted to hold on just 1 second. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, I texted them asking them if I can get their permission. I may do it without the permission. I don't know. Get in trouble. We'll see. Um, Keeping Up with Colorado says, I haven't heard about the meet, Wanda. Well, I'm going to do some research on that, Wanda, and see if, in fact, New York is getting ready to do that. Oh, my goodness. But I know that in a lot of places here I've been in, they have security tags on the meat. So, yeah, is that crazy or what? But they have security tags on the meat. Hey, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels is in the house. Go over and check out her channel. Hello, Lisa, my friend Lisa. Looking to see, I'm trying to catch up with these. Hey, Boondocking with Boomer says, hello, everybody. Lance here from Canada. Well, welcome from Canada, Lance. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Trying to see if I can catch up with everyone. I've Wanda says, I agree, Carol. American taxpayers and citizens should come before people who haven't paid into the system. I do feel that way. I really do. And I think it would be, if I went to any other country, I would expect that they would feel that way too. I don't think that's inappropriate or mean. I just think it's, the way it is. Here I see Tim is coming up. I'm gonna take a couple other comments real quick, and then I'm gonna come get you. Bella's Van Life says, "No, you're not wrong. If there's money to put and people in hotels, that money should go into the Section 8." Oh, yeah. I hadn't even thought about Section 8 housing or housing for homeless U.S. citizens. It's not insensitive. You know what, Bella? That's a good point because right now, people who are in Section 8 trying to get housing at a reduced or subsidized rate, and some areas are waiting 8 and 10 years. Some people will die before their name is called. So if there's all that money, I think it should. I'm absolutely. That's a great point, Bella. It should go into Section 8 and some of those programs. Our VASH, which is for veterans. Mark Edwards says, "I did not have my smartphone, but looked it up later and saw it's only about 150K or 1% still alive. Very sad." What were we talking about, Mark? You know I'm having a senior moment here. What were we talking about? Only about 1% still alive. Is that Vietnam vets? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Mark. You're going to have to come back and tell me what that's in reference to. Mark, you got to remember, my mind is like a sieve. What comes in goes raw, almost out often. So I will come back and get these comments. I'm sorry. Mark says, "What about those two homeless ladies and their kids? Were they able to get permanent housing? Are you doing a vlog on them soon?" Funny you should ask that, Mark. I someone called me the other day and said one of them was not doing well. So I did so and asked me to call them. Well, I didn't have their number because they'd lost their phone and they didn't have it. So I called the other person who sent me the number, and I've been meaning. I just got really busy last week with some things that came up I don't want to go into, but I am going to hopefully today I will talk with either one or both of the ladies. One lady I've heard is doing well, the other is not doing as well, but I don't know, so I don't want to put it out there until I confirm it, Mark. Whew, I tell you, what can I say? It's it's just one of those things. All right, let me bring Tim up here. Hey, Tim.
Girl.
Hey, so you're saying that you think that things in the United States are going towards the direction that things were in Vietnam before you left. Could you explain that? I don't get that. Can you explain that?
So without getting too political, arena, and all that stuff, but the way people listening to what they, whisper in their ear, all these free stuff, give up all your right, we will take care of you. That's a very dangerous, slippery road we're heading down to. Because I live in a communist country. That's the same theory they giving out.
Mm-hmm.
Give up all your gun, give up all your right, and we will take care of everything for you. And guess what? When they have in control, you on their mercy. So for a while when I was there, food
Mm-hmm.
is under control. It's rationing. So each family, you only get certain amount of grain, meat, vegetable, according to the number of people in your household. And that's it. You can't even buy it on the free market.
So if you had, even if you were wealthy, you couldn't get more food.
Well, you could, but that's in the black market. So you have to be
Okay.
really wealthy to be able to do that. But as a common people, even if you have money, you can't buy it.
So how now so did this all of a sudden come into play, or was it little by little, and what were the signs
Oh no!
before?
Once the new government come in, take over, that's it. It's do it my way, or you're gonna die. There's no other way.
Wow. So
Yeah,
you
very dangerous road that
so
we are heading toward that way, which I'm not gonna get into. So I'm not gonna get
yeah,
into in this
yeah.
long.
But you feel that, so food rationing is a sign that things are going that direction if food
Yes.
rationing happens.
Once they can control what you can eat, they will control your thought also. If you don't think their way, they cut up your food supply. Guess what? Not just you, but your relative, your family, everybody else. So if whatever you think will affect everybody else, it's a
So
very dangerous.
you're saying that if you spoke out, say in Vietnam during that time, that you put your whole family was at risk.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Anybody relate to you is at risk.
so if
You have
anyone,
no freedom of thought at all.
so what that would suggest is that I'm just thinking ahead that if you're considered a subversive person, let's say, then anyone connected to you, so that sounds like people would completely disassociate with you because they don't want to be caught up
Yep.
and they don't want their family to suffer. So you'd be left out there all by yourself.
Yep. Even your neighbor don't trust you. They don't. You might turn on them. So it create a very hostile environment for everybody.
So no one trusted anyone.
Mm-mm. And sometimes if you just snitch, you might get a little extra food. Guess what? Everybody on the lookout for themselves.
Wow, wow. So no more collective looking out for everyone else. It was every man for them or woman for themselves.
But it's in this ironic that it's supposed to be a collective society, everybody equal, everybody have the same amount, but it created a environment that is not collective. It's like everybody for themselves.
Wow, wow. So instead of making everyone work together, it made everyone in opposition of each other.
Yes. And think about it, why would I work hard and get the same amount as somebody else not doing anything? So everybody become lazy. And if you're not productive, you're not gonna have anything. Nobody produce anything.
So, well, that kind of, yeah, if you're going to work really hard and your neighbor is just sloughing off and you're
Yep.
looking at that and it's not benefiting you, I guess at some point a lot of people would say, well, why am I working this hard? It's not of any benefit to me. I'm
Yep.
going to kick back too.
Yep.
So you're
It's
saying the gross national product and the what was produced, the production went down way down then is what you're saying.
yeah, they oh, it's yeah, the society as a whole not gonna move up. It's gonna stable enough to feed everybody, not fully, but just enough. And then only the one in control is benefit the most. They have control everything.
So let me ask you this, were people allowed to say have seeds and grow their own food?
No, no. You even the farmer when they produce something, when they harvest it, they have to submit it to the government. Then the government control everything and then distribute it out back out.
Wow.
You as a farmer, you're not allowed to have any benefit or anything. You just
So
work for
now,
the government.
how long did you live under that system?
Almost 5 years.
Wow. So now has it completely changed? I imagine it's completely changed there now. Is that the case or
Mm, right now, it's a little bit lax, but it's still controlled just like the same way. They
really?
let you do it. They let you make money, but you still have to pay. Bribe the big official. And once they
Wow.
don't like you, they can come in and tell you are against the government. We're gonna take everything away from you. Boom, gone.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know you and I have talked a little bit, and you said that that's one of the reasons your parents came here was to get a better life for you,
Yep.
and to but now you didn't come when you came here from what I recall you sharing with me, you didn't come directly to the United States. You were living on an island, weren't you, or something for several years
Yeah, I
or
was in Malaysia for 9 months.
oh, 9
I
months?
literally built a hut out stuff I find around the island. It's a wood. It have tree, kind of like a little forest. You
Yeah.
garnish everything and you do from there. Just build it out what you have on the island.
No wonder you had so much. No wonder you can build anything from anything. You were building scraps to build your own house, a hut there. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
I make a
No,
wall. I make wall out of tree bark and some
oh wow.
cheap plastic rope. Put it
Oh
up as a wall for the house for the little hut.
wow. Wow. Well, I have a project, but I always have these projects I'm going to talk to you
But
about.
you never have time.
I know, but I got to make time. I got to make time this summer. I'm going to make time. I have two projects that I really want to do. But now aren't you going to New York for a while?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna be in Chicago with my young one. I probably gonna live there for a few months with him until he can take care
Chicago.
of him.
Chicago. Yeah, I meant Chicago. But you know what? Can I share this? What you're going to do? Is it okay if I share that, or would you rather wait and share it yourself? I thought this was the coolest thing when I heard that your son, your sons have lived at home. They've graduated college, so they have a good measure of success. They're getting a good start, but he's moving to accept a job in Chicago. And Tim is moving to Chicago with his son to help make sure that he knows how to maneuver and giving him a good start to see that he's established, starting. And, I think if every parent could do that for their kids, our kids would be so much better off. That's like in a race being able to start at the a mile into the race instead of back,
Oh, yeah. Always
what made,
get a leg up to other kid. That way it's better off, better start.
what made you
You,
decide?
I'm not, it doesn't sound like I'm bragging, but my kid, I put them both in college and they finished college with zero debt. Zero debt. Not a
so they're
dime of
not
debt.
So they're not saddled by student debt. They're not going to have to start their life out with that weight under them. And
Yep.
once they find a place where they want to live, they'll be able to maybe even afford to buy a house because they won't have a couple $100,000 in student debt. A lot of these kids, they won't be able to buy a house for 20, 30 years because they have so much student debt. They won't
Yep.
even qualify.
They be paying that debt for 10, 15 years before they can even buy their own house.
Yes, and by that time, the prices will have gone up so much, you'll have to probably sell a kidney to get a house, It'll be so crazy. Oh my goodness, my goodness. But, well, thank you, Tim, for coming up and sharing that. I appreciate it. I hope to goodness we're not going in that direction. I really do. I mean, there are things though that I thought 10 years ago
I
would
hope
never
not.
I would never see. And as someone who's lived that, the dangers of it.
Unfortunately, my dad went through that twice. He went through that
You
twice. As a young man, he lived in undercover. He escaped from the north to the south. And guess
Uh-huh.
what? 30 years later, again, 20 years later, he had to experience that again.
Wow.
So once again, he tried to escape there to get here and bring
Yeah.
my mom and me along. So I hope we
Well,
don't go that way.
I hope not.
Communism in theory sound very good, very perfect, but it's not.
Well, I think that there are enough people in this country who would rise up and fight if that happened. I really do. But thank you, Tim. I am gonna when are you going to Chicago? When are you planning to go to Chicago? Oh, okay. Tim is off. So all right.
June after 023 meetup, which is June 17th.
June what? Okay, so we won't be able to do our projects till then after you get back. So you won't be back till maybe September. Okay. Well, we're having problems. So I'll say goodbye. Bye, Tim. Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
I don't know.
Well, that was really interesting. Oh my goodness. That is wow. I hope we're not going in that direction. Oh, unspecified. I'm going back to the comments. I'm so far behind. It's not even funny. Specified B says drink water even if you don't feel thirsty. That's true. Based on keto, you got to get that uric acid out. Baby boomer Betty says, where is the like button? The like button is if you're on your phone, it's let's see if I can find it for you. It is, let's see. Okay, all right. Uh it is on your phone and it'll have a little thumbs up. There's one, I think it's to the left, it'll have a thumbs up and a thumbs down. If you hit that thumbs up, that's the like button. Oh my goodness, I forgot Lindy had her live today. Oh my gosh, and I forgot to go and watch her live with her son. So I got to go back. Go over to Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure. She had a live today. Go over and check it out and watch it. She announced on there. So she already announced it, so I can announce it. The person that I interviewed the other day, Kat, who was telling about, that's a great video, I think. It doesn't have that many views, but it's a great video, has a lot of good information if you're ever sick or even if you need help and medical care. A lot of good information in that video. But she rescued a cutest little dog you ever wanted to see, and her name is Marley. And Lindy from Lava Lindy, she wanted to rehome the dog. The dog was left in the backyard unattended. Oh, just terrible, terrible conditions. Well, she rescued the dog and another dog, and this dog is the cutest, sweetest dog. You would think with what this dog went through that she'd be mean and snarly or snippy or terrorized, but she's not. She's just happy, happy, happy. And she's just little, maybe about 8 pounds or so. And Lindy from Lava Lindy is going to adopt her. So I'm going to meet her sometime next month. I'm going to meet her. She's going to come down most of the way, maybe 2/3 of the way. I'm going to go up 1/3 of the way, and I'm going to bring little Marley to her. So that is so exciting. Maybe I'll show you Marley, or maybe she showed Marley on her live. So go over. Let me see if I can find a picture of Marley. I have a picture of Marley over here, but I thought it would be perfect for Lindy, because I thought of Lindy, so I called Lindy. First, I called Kate. Kate, remember, was the lady whose dog got lost in Quartzsite, and she was so heartbroken, Ginger. So I called her to see if she might want Kate, but she's not ready for another dog quite yet. So then I called Lindy, although Lindy had always said she didn't want to have a dog while she was working. Well, she's going to take a leave of absence. So based on her taking the leave of absence, she is going to take Marley. And Marley would be absolutely perfect for Lindy. I'm trying to see if I can find here's the picture of Marley. That's Marley. Is she not the cutest little thing you ever saw? She's just adorable, and she's sweet as can be. So Lindy is going to have a dog, and her name is Marley. So that's the news. I'm so excited for her. But anyhow, Nora says, Betty, if you just leave the chat, you'll see thumbs up under the picture. Okay. Washington State is so rainy there. Yeah. Blue Star, hello, Blue Star, says Hawaii has liquid sunshine. It does indeed. Yep. Annie and Spin says Hawaii is on the top of the list for rainfall. I thought so. Tim says, according to NOAA NCDC data, the wettest place in the United States is Mount Wailea. I don't know if I said that right, on Kauai. I think I called it. I said Kauai. Yeah, it is. Hey, Linda, you are in the house. I didn't even see that you were in. Lindy, I didn't even see you were in the chat. I'm so far behind on my comments. Yes, and my son has been doing keto for years. Okay, and his kidneys are still holding up. Okay, all right. Baby Boomer Betty says the ICBM missiles, I got good write-ups for being one of the best libraries in the country. Huh. They did not even send me to school. I had secretarial skills prior. Wow. Wow. So, wow. That's very impressive, Betty. Very impressive. Rose says Dr. Eric Berg is one to check out about the keto diet. Okay, let me take a picture of that, Rose. Dr. Eric Berg. All right. Well, oh my goodness, do you believe it is after 4 o'clock, believe it or not. I'm gonna just take a picture of that, Rose, so I can know who to check on the keto diet. Adele says she's been done keto for several years and her plan allows her to do cheat days That's a good idea, so she doesn't feel deprived. Don't know the name of her plan. I'll ask. Okay, thanks so much. Hey, Liza Beckerman is saying hi to her Aunt Nora and everyone. Hi, Liza. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. Some people, Vons in a row says, some people do the bacon, butter, beef, eggs. That's all they eat. Wow. I don't know, Vons in a row, if I could limit myself to just bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. That would be a little bit difficult. Now, can you have cream? Because I want cream for my coffee. Can you have cream on that? I wonder. Because I would think you could have cream because it's like a fat, isn't it? Um, hmm. Okay. Uh, Lisa says, started keto May 1st and have lost 12 pounds. What? So in 20 days, you have lost 12 pounds. I'll have to give you a call, Lisa, and find out what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I'm going to have to put Jessica on it because I can't be cooking all these big giant meals for Jessica with all these carbs and gravy and everything. And then me, it's not going to work. So we're going to have to both, Jessica doesn't know it, but she's getting ready to go on keto too. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh. Who says thank you for helping me during your live? Who? I'm Lindy. I'm so sorry I missed your live. I don't know what's the matter with me. We talked the other day, and you told me you were going to do because I asked you when you're going to have your live. But I will go back and watch the whole thing and run the whole thing. Elsa Ty says, "United we stand." They went. They were abused, killed, left infected. Went fought on this government. Forgot. Yeah, veterans stepping up. At what point do the people step and give back? That's true. Veterans. Yeah. Bella's van life say, love the skin you're in. Go for it. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, you guys are some quick researchers. RV Grandma Charlotte says New Orleans, Miami, Memphis, Birmingham, Jacksonville, Orlando, New York, New Jersey, Houston, Atlanta, Nashville are top 10. So, same as some have Hilo as number 1. Okay. So New Orleans, I know I went to New Orleans one year and it was flooded everywhere. The hotel we were staying in had been flooded before we got there. It was a mess. And I can believe Miami too. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Mama Grizzly's in the house. Nora's saying hello to Mama Grizzly. Hello, Mama Grizzly. Baby Boomer says it was great to meet you guys. I'm married for nearly 50 years. Wow. He passed in 2017. I'm sorry to hear that, Betty. Wow. It sounds like that was a wonderful relationship. Nearly 50 years. Oh my goodness. Oh, our original Mama Grizzly. Going off carbs is difficile. Difficile. Oh, yes, it is. It is. It is. That means hands off on the egg rolls, Carol. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Adele just said that the person that she knows who went on keto had cheat days. So I will just schedule my cheat days on a day that you make egg rolls. Very simple. Don't try and get out of making egg rolls, Tim. Don't even try it. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Lou Ann Hoffman says it takes self-love to be your authentic self. It does. And it's something that sometimes you wouldn't think it does, but sometimes it takes work to learn to love yourself and to accept yourself and to tell yourself and really believe it when you tell yourself that you're good enough just as you are. I know I'm saying that and then I'm saying I'm going to go on the keto, but there are other things too. I have high blood pressure. I want to come off my medication. Also, my mother, my father, and my grandfather on my father's side, plus an aunt and all kinds of people had diabetes as adults. So I really, really want to stave that off. So that's why it's not just because I'm not satisfied with who I am. It's just I really, for health reasons, I want to be around here longer to look after my daughter who still needs me quite a bit. Outdoor Dash Travel says, Tim, heck no. I'll take a treat day for that. I don't call it a cheat. All right, it's a treat day. Oh, SAC, Strategic Air Command. Wow, whatever it was, Betty, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with what you did. Anne Marie says, I agree. You're such a lovely lady. I just love your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Anne Marie. Original Mama Grizzly says, then why does my authentic self keep loving the carbs? Hey, your authentic self is a carb lover. There's nothing wrong with that. My authentic self is a carb lover. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have a couple of. Now, normally, if I go on a weight loss thing, I would just have everything under the sun the day before. I'm not going to do that this time because I've gotten a little wiser and I don't want to put on an extra 5 pounds that I have to take off. But I am going to treat myself to a couple of things that I want that I won't be able to have, but just a few, just a couple. And uh uh Outdoor Dash Travel says Lindy didn't get notification. I didn't get a notification, but I did talk to Lindy, so I have no excuse, Lindy. I'm sorry, I really am. Um, Nor says that I'm a celebrity at Panera's. I am. I am. In fact, this is funny. Went into one Panera and there was a lady there and she was just taking forever. And she was asking 50 million questions and this and that. So I was just standing in line patiently. I thought, okay, I'm going to be here all day. And she's, well, how about this comment? And finally, the young woman who was helping her, she said, excuse me. And she walked over, grabbed a cup, handed it to me, and then went back to the lady. So I guess I am a celebrity at Panera's, Nora. I guess I am. Oh, Lindy says hi to Vaughn's on a roll and says thank you for help as well on my live. That was wonderful. You guys helped Lindy on her live. I know it was a huge success. Lindy's channel is getting ready to just explode. I am telling you, I know it. Adele says, Linda, you and your son are great together. We need an encore. Yes, I need an encore because I want to see it live so I can, well, it's not your fault I missed it, but I do want an encore. Sylvie says, you're getting at something, Carol. Being poor is the best way to lose weight. Okay, just don't buy processed food. Yes, and limit the bread and watch how easily things change. And I really need to, processed food really isn't good for us anyhow. So this will be good in many different ways. Lisa says, love them too. Hats have tons like my mama. Those were the emojis, Carol, for the words. Oh, okay. Okay. Original Mama Grizzly says, God is turning things around, though. I hope so. I hope so. All right. Go see 68. Yeah, and 9 million views. I said on the title to this, I'm aging myself. I'm telling my age. I said, we're not the Jeffersons, but we're going on up. So we are going on up, and I'm so happy about it. So grateful to God and to you, my Glowbies. Thank you so much. I tell you, I just am so grateful. Elsa says, Lindy, sorry I missed you on live. Was in a live conversation with my son working on the pending homelessness we are facing. I'm so sorry to hear that, Elsa. What is going on? Just email me, Elsa, at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. This is, I tell you, so many people are in dire straits. Mobank says 20 minutes later, and Carol, just know that I'm here. Okay, okay, Tim. Okay. All right. Wanda says the channel about the New York meat rationing is Irradium 24, and title is New York to track residents' food purchases. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go over and check that out. Let me take a picture of this so I can go over and check that out, Wanda. Anytime you guys hear about interesting stuff, let me know because I used to be a reporter and then I was an investigator for my job with the county. So let me know because I love digging and finding out the real scoop, especially things that are going to impact us. All right. Oh my goodness. Original Mama Grizzly says, yep, it should include first plaintiffs in line. Yep, I think so. Uh, oh, uh, let's see. Sylvie says, I think you are right. People our age need to start thinking about what they will do when things get tough, because things will definitely get tougher. Yes. I think, here's what I think. I think everyone needs to start putting together a tribe. And what I mean is a community of people that when it hits the fan, you have people who you can get together with and you guys will look out for each other, especially if you are a senior or older. I really think it's so important to have a tribe. Don't be out there stuck out on a limb by yourself. I think that it's time. This time of wild wild west, you're the lone cowboy. This is not the time for that. These are not the times to be alone without any community or support. And if I don't give you any other advice, reach out and start gathering some people in your inner circle that you trust and that you would want to be with in a real bad circumstance if something really bad happened. That's my advice. Um, uh, Mobank Tim says, make vegetables your best friend and cheap and healthy food too. Yes, you eat a lot of vegetables, Tim. I noticed that you do a lot of in your stuff that you cook up. You have a lot of vegetables. Nora said you'd have to be insane to go shopping on Black Friday. Believe it or not, Nora, I used to. But when I was back in the day, I mean, it was frantic and it was, jostling around and all that, but it wasn't the kind of crazy that it is now, where people will hurt people and even kill people. It wasn't like that when back in the day. I don't do it now. No, 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 no. Annie and Spin says, Wanda, I think our food purchases have been tracked since we got those keyring discount cards years ago. Good point. That's a very good point, Annie and Spence. Very good point. I think almost everything is tracked these days, you know? They have stores now, Walmart's, I think it's Walmart's, but they were showing some stores that you have to now scan a card to even get into the store. You have to scan a card before you can get in. And I'm thinking they said you had to scan it to get out. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's the level of tracking is going to exponentially explode very soon into all areas. RV Grandma Charlotte says Eric Adams wants to track people's meat purchase in an effort to restrict and cut their carbon footprint. What? Okay, I'm not even going to comment on that because I'm not saying you're ridiculous, Grandma Charlotte. I'm saying that's ridiculous. What gives him I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. Deanna, let's see, speaking on this subject of prepping, if China decides to cut off meds coming from or through their country, many people will be in a bad situation, sadly. Yes, and I'm going to do probably a video, but I was seeing somewhere where several countries, including the United States, have suggested that people have at least enough food, water supplies to last for 3 days. Now, I know the Red Cross has been, I did a thing on the Red Cross and preparedness with some people at the Red Cross. But yes, they do recommend, and the United States, I'm going to go and do maybe a little deeper dive on that, but it's recommending that you have preparedness for at least 3 days. Carlene says, I use the electric cart at Walmart and it is unbelievable how kind people are. Well, that's very cool, Carlene. I'm really happy to hear that. Access to priority to resources. Okay, that's a good one, Lori. I like that. Martin one says, my privilege. No more taxes on my Social Security check. I'm with you on that, Martin one. I am absolutely with you. If your Social Security check is below a certain amount, I don't think there should be any taxes on it. Zero. And if your Social Security is your only source of income and below that amount, there shouldn't be any taxes on it. None. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, we got to get out of here. I'm going to have to miss some of these. Oh, some of these comments. I hate it, but you guys are so so amazing. A couple more. Original Mama Grizzly says parking in Europe all depends on where you are, but in the country, not bad. Okay. But in the city, not so much. Okay. Well, in the cities in Europe, they have such, most of them have such good public transportation. Nothing like, in like San Francisco, San Diego, all around here. But in a lot of cities in Europe, they do have great public transportation. Elisa P says senior privilege, selective hearing and memory. My mom and dad crack me up. That's right. Selective. So, and I'll add to this, when things go wrong, being able to blame someone else. Oh, Tim says, and they have the nerve to call our Social Security entitlement. Yeah, that is a lot of nerve, isn't it, Tim? We paid into the funding all of our working life. Absolutely. Vaughn's on a roll. Original Mama Grizzly says rural here, yes, friendlier. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm looking at maybe, rural areas are looking nicer and nicer. Vaughn's on a roll says, think when cars is damaged in flooding, they should strip the interior out and let homeless live in them. That's a thought. Well, there's a new homeless village in San Diego, and I'm going to go down and check it out, and I will bring it to you guys. All right, RV Grandma Charlotte says Social Security is entitlement by definition. It is something we are entitled to because we paid into. I agree. Zibling Creations. Hello, Zibling Creations says, I have one neighbor that I've known since 2015 and they are amazing. Okay. And Original Mama Grizzly says, our neighbors help out all the time. Well, that is wonderful. I have one neighbor who, would help. All the rest, what can I say? Lava Lindy says, yes, Tim, when someone says that about Social Security, it makes me mad. That's money I paid for 60 years. It's not free. Well, let me tell you something, and I'm going to end with this. I paid into Social Security for years, enough to get to earn it, everything else. Because I have another job that didn't pay in, and I have a retirement from that, they have what's called windfall something. And what they do is they slashed my Social Security, I think it was at least in half. Yeah. Money I had put into for years, I had earned, I was entitled to, they decided to slash it in half. And I think that was that rat Clinton. I'm sorry, but if he did that, and I believe he's the one who did it, that's a rat move. I'm sorry. There's more to that rat, but I'm not going to say it. But that's a rat, how the mafia say that rat, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we worked for those. And because we then went out and got another job and worked hard, you're going to take away half our Social Security? Well, they did. In the flash of a pin, did it. But anyhow, okay. I have got to go. One more. Miriam says elder privilege should include free public transport. Yep. Small meal options like kids' meal. That's a great point. At reduced prices, discounted warm clothing, and special tax concession on fuel. I'm with you, Miriam. Can you come over here and we'll elect you? And then you can get all this stuff squared away over here. All right, folks, I'm going to close out the way I always close out. I'm sorry. I'm so behind on these comments. Oh, my goodness. There's dozens I'm behind on. But I've got to figure out a way to slow down the comments one of these days. But if you're new in here, could you put a 1 for first time so that everyone can say hello and greet you? You know how we do at Glowbies. We want to say hello to our new members of the Glowbie family. So if you're new in here for the first time, I think Miriam, you're new for the first time. Bella's van life, I think you said you're new. So I know Miriam from Ireland and Bella are new. So say hello to Marion and Bella. Yes. Oh, I got that right. So everyone say hello, give a wave to Bella, Van Life, and Miriam. And anyone else that's in here new for the first time, can you put a 1? Hey, Red, you made it by the skin of your teeth. Hey, Red-Headed Riding Hood. TC, hello, TC. TC is new in here. Say hello and greet TC. Oh my goodness. Grumpy old man is the third time. Well, we'll greet you again, grumpy old man. Woohoo. Okay. Hey, Graham, I didn't see you earlier. Hello, Graham. Hello, hello. Well, hey, Glenna Sanhoff says hello to newbies. Chris CW Style 3 says bye, Carol. Take care. Thank you. All right, one more thing. If you're a content creator, would you put a big C up there so everyone can know who to go over in this Glowbie family and support? Can you put a big giant C if you're a content creator? And would my moderators, my wonderful, fabulous, amazing moderators, would you drop your link? Would you please drop your links? All right. So Glennis Sandhoff is a content creator. Hey, Jurassic Pork Jurassic Pork Chop. Now I like that. That's creative. Is a content creator. So go over and well, actually greet Jurassic Pork Chop and say hello. Outdoor Dash Travels is one of my great moderators and a content creator. She's going to have a live tomorrow at 5 Pacific time. I can't figure out all the other stuff, but 5 Pacific, I think it's 7 Central and 8 Eastern, but I know for sure 5 Pacific. So you can figure out all the new stuff. Keeping Up with Colorado. Let's see. Annie Spence is a content creator, Keeping Up with Colorado. Hey, Alice Clausen is a new member. A member. You guys, I started memberships. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm getting it together. And I'm going to start getting everything coordinated. I'm going to probably have to call Lisa and Allison from over at Travel Snacks to find out what I need to be doing. But thank you, Alice Clausen. Hello, a new member. Oh, one of my very first members, an OG member. Oh my goodness. How cool is that? Thank you. Bella's Van Life is a content creator and a new channel. Not much, but getting there. Very cool. Well, go over, show Bella's Van Life some love, and let's get her some subscribers over there. So Bella's Van Life. Red Riding Hood is one of my great moderators and a content creator. Go over and show her some love. And did I mention Tim from Mo Bang for Your Bang for Your Money? Tim from Mo Bang for Your Bucks is a content creator and a great moderator also. Nora from Arcuda 2001 will be having, she's going to have a store-wide sale in her Etsy shop starting on Monday. So go over and check out Nora's Etsy shop. She is the most fabulous, wonderful, amazing artist you ever wanted to see. So go over and check out Nora's Etsy shop. There's the link to it. Monday, she's having a sale. Ooh, I got to go over and check that out, Nora. Wanda Hutchinson says hello. Bella says thanks so much. Well, welcome, new Glowbies. Welcome, ongoing Glowbies, my new member. Thank you so much for being a new member, Alice Clausen. And oh my goodness, it's 4:35. I'm getting out of here. Love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessing. And I will see you. Go check out that video that I posted today and the one yesterday that gave all the information about if you ever get sick and need help, how to get it through a case management. Oh, it was filled with information. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was yesterday I posted. And today, the one that's a little bit controversial, but I don't think it's too far out there. I think it's kind of on the spot. And I said I was going to do a cooking video this week, but I got so busy researching all this other stuff that I didn't. So I'm trying to get up a cooking video next week. And it is on a simple 5-minute, at least 5 minutes to prep. Do you believe it? 5-minute chicken pot pie. It's a recipe I saw and I've taken it and adapted it a little bit. He adapted it. Now I'm adapting it from him and I'll share who that was from. but it's chicken pot pie. You can make in your Omnia oven. You can make it in an oven at home. 5 minutes prep. It's in the oven and it's delicious. Ooh, I better. Ooh, I'm going to have to give that away because come Monday, I'm going to be on keto. Doggone it. Oh, well. All right. I'll see you guys later. You see, I'm already having a problem staying on keto and I haven't even started. All right. Love each and every one of you. Take care and I will see you now. Now to be able to sign off, I always have a problem